name is Bo Short, and I'd like to welcome you to our business preview and an introduction to two remarkable organizations. One is called the Pivot Group, and the other one's called Jeunesse Global. And what I want to do over the next 25 minutes or so is just give you an overview of what we do and how, by you working with us, can help you accomplish your goals for 2017 and beyond. I don't know what your perception, history, experiences with the home-based business, network marketing, direct selling industry are. But I'll just share a little bit about mine. I'm 58. When I was 30, my sister invited me to a meeting. Then I went, like you might have gone to one recently or years ago, and it was very nice. I met a lot of really nice people. I didn't have a lot of time to waste. I was working 60 to 65 hours a week. I had debt. I had a really good income and a very nice lifestyle, but I was tired. So because I didn't have a lot of time was important to me, so I paid very close attention in the time I was there. And I listened to what they had to say. And I got to be blunt with you. I wasn't looking for mansions and gazillion-dollar promises and all this kind of stuff. I don't want the hype. I don't need the rah-rah. Just give me the facts, give me the information, and let me make a decision for myself. And I heard what they had to say, and I went home that night, and I wrestled with three questions. And these are three questions I hope you ask yourself as we go through this process. So first one was, if I don't do this, where will I be 5 years from now? And I remember thinking, comfortable. I had a comfortable life. I thought to myself, if I do this and it doesn't work, where will I be 5 years from now? And I kind of giggled, and I said, comfortable. I mean, it was a few $100s to give it a shot. In 5 years, I'm not even going to remember that. And then I asked myself this question, if I do it and it works, where can I be 5 years from now? And that was it. That was the question that sparked enough curiosity in me to give it a shot. So I called my sister. I said, I'll give it a try. She said, okay, it's a 2 to 5 year process, not 2 to 5 weeks, 2 to 5 years. And I remember she said, you're willing to commit 40 years of your life to something else? I said, I got it. No problem. I'll do it. My first month, I made $7. Now, it was like, follow me, I'm your leader. It was goofy, it was embarrassing, it was awkward. It was all the things you can imagine it being. My second month, I made $150. My third month, $800. My ninth month, I made $2,000. My 24th month, I made $10,000. And my 54th month, I made $110,000 that month. I made more that month than I used to make in a year. And all I remember thinking is, thank goodness I didn't quit when I made $7. Which is the challenge for most people, not just in this, but in life in general. They have such a hard time seeing beyond where they are to imagine the possibilities of where they can be. And for me, I had hopes and dreams and aspirations like most other people. I was just willing to work and learn and go through some aggravation trying to figure it out. I don't know what you're looking for. But I'm not here to talk to you about a gazillion dollars and all this kind of stuff. Let me tell you something. Ronnie and I live an incredible lifestyle. She and I have been able to travel the world. We live the life that dreams are built upon. But I got to tell you, that still wasn't my attraction. My attraction is I wanted time. I wanted security. I wanted freedom. I wanted to chart my own course. I wanted to live beyond the travel channel and actually travel to see the world, to experience these things that are out there. And I figured if I was willing to work to make somebody else's dreams come true, the least I could do is take 8 to 15 hours a week and hope it would work to help make my dreams come true. If I could understand how to do this well. So whatever it is for you, it's important, because there's about 4 questions you're going to want to know through this. Why would I do it? What is it exactly? Will it work for me, and will you help me? And those are some of the things I kind of want to answer for you. I will tell you about this industry. There's a tendency for people, and I've got this unique perspective today that I frankly didn't have before. When I first got started, I was just excited, this young man excited about my life and what was possible. But I've since gone on to build 5 of these companies to their highest level, 4 of them faster than anyone else in those particular organizations. I've owned a company in the industry, and I was honored to serve as president of global sales for a very large publicly traded network marketing company. And in that capacity, I served about 300,000 distributors. So I've gotten this perspective that most people don't have. I was honored to serve on Dateline NBC as an industry expert. And so what I want to give you is that kind of information. Here's the first link to that. Most people that are looking at a business in this industry will ask this question: what makes this different? The reality is they're all different. The problem is most distributors answer the question, well, let me tell you what makes this different. But they're all different. You didn't marry your spouse if you're married because he or she was different. You married them because they were right. You're not looking for different, you're looking for right. The question then is, what makes this right, and how do you determine right? There are 5 key essentials involved in this industry that when you understand these, you can separate 98% of the industry from 2%, that lightning in a bottle type of company, that unique opportunity. And they're built on corporate leadership, products, compensation, field leadership, and timing. Now, in 98% of the industry, there is a fundamental flaw in one or more of those 5 areas. That doesn't mean the companies are bad or they don't have people making money. They all have people making money in them. It doesn't mean that. But it means it's 98% of the industry. And 2% of the industry, it doesn't mean they're perfect and they don't make mistakes. But there's not a fundamental flaw in one or more of these 5 areas. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, is those 5 key essentials and what separates 98% from 2%, and explain in that context what we do with Jeunesse Global as our brand partner and the Pivot Group as our strategic partner, what we do to create this 2% business that you can take advantage of and accomplish your goals. And I'll play a couple of videos for you, give you some information on that, wrap it up hopefully in a bow that's understandable enough so you can get back with the person and get your questions answered. So let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, corporate leadership. Now, when I first saw Jeunesse Global, I was president of global sales for a company, and I had the great fortune of sitting down with Wendy Lewis and Randy Ray, the founders of Jeunesse Global, and their son, Scott Lewis, who's the chief visionary officer for the company. Incredible business people. And I had the opportunity to talk to them. Understand, there's an art and a science to doing this well. The art of the words you use, and the science is rooted in the metrics, the numbers, the underpinnings of how something like this operates, the activity numbers, the production numbers, the sales numbers, because it helps you understand where things are going if you understand where they've been. And I'll explain that to you in detail because there's some very important metrics at work there. But Wendy Lewis and Randy Ray, Wendy was a programmer and a mathematician by profession, and they had built one of the Inc. 500 fastest growing teams in America, building back office billing systems for the medical community. They were so successful, they sold their business for tens of millions of dollars, and they started building back office systems and compensation plans, and that'll be really important here in a minute, in the network marketing industry. Now, what it did is it gave them insights into the industry and what was missing, the missing ingredients to take a business like this and make it successful. Now, this is 98% versus 2%. 98% of the industry, oftentimes what you have is a distributor that's very successful that decides to start their own business. When they do that, they're great team builders generally, but most of them, not all of them, but most of them don't understand supply chain, warehousing, currency exchange, product or ingredient sourcing, all the things that makes a business operate, global finances. They understand team building. And there is a shortcoming and a flaw in that when that happens. 2% of the industry, you just have business people that get it. They get global business. What Wendy and Randy were able to do is to come into this with a complete different perspective, and they also built this into one of the Inc. 500 fastest growing companies. To do it once is remarkable. To do it twice speaks to their business acumen. One of the reasons that was so intriguing to me in the beginning phases of this is a very important metric is 5 years. What has your company done its first 5 years? Not what's it going to do, not the promise of being the next billion-dollar giant. I love that. I appreciate people's vision, their enthusiasm for companies that are starting up. I get it. I understand it. But if I have a limited amount of time and I'm going to spend it doing something, I want to spend it doing something that already has a solid foundation I can work from. What was fascinating about this is a decision they chose to make, which most people can't afford to make, nor do they make. What most people, 98% of the industry, oftentimes what they'll do is they'll start in a market like the United States. They'll build a wave, they'll take profits, and they'll go put that in another market. Create a wave, take the profits, put it in another market. It's just how they can afford to operate. Because of Wendy and Randy's background, knowledge, understanding of business, and finances, they were able to launch into over 100 different markets simultaneously. So instead of creating waves, what they chose to do was create a global flood. In their first year in business, they did $30 million in sales. Their second year, $65 million in sales. Their third year, $126 million in sales. Their fourth year, $257 million in sales. And their fifth year, $419 million in sales. I saw the company at $419 million, and I knew with the growth pattern, with the other things at work, the compensation plan, these other things that were at work here, I remember telling a couple of friends of mine, this will be $1 billion within 2 years. I missed it by a year. It wasn't 7 years, it was 6 years. They did it the very next year, $1 billion in sales. Why is that important? This is the fastest company in the history of this industry to hit $1 billion in annual sales in 1 year. This past year we did $1.4 billion in sales. Folks, I want you to know that happened because of their knowledge, their foresight, and their experiences in business in general. They were able to bring best practices in business into this industry, which creates a radically different platform that you can work from. Number one, corporate leadership. Number two, products. Now, I'm not the product guy. I'm not the product expert. I use the products. I swear by the products because I know the difference they've made in my life. But anybody can stand here and tell you that too. So I'm going to play a video for you that gives you an overview of the products. But let me tell you the 98% versus 2% behind the products. In most of the industry, you've got manufacturers that create products for a lot of different companies in the industry. Then they'll change ingredients here or there, labels here or there, because people oftentimes are less focused on the products than they are earning the income. But the truth of the matter is, if you want to be a 2%er, the products make all the difference in the world. Matter of fact, as you're looking at this, one of the things you're probably thinking to yourself is, I've got to believe in the products. I absolutely agree. What's unique because of Wendy and Randy's background in the medical community, they didn't just go to the standby companies that supply products in the industry. Now we deal in similar categories, skincare, nutrition, weight loss, energy, because those are monster categories. But you want to set yourself apart even in those categories. You want significant products even in those categories. So they were able to go outside of the network marketing industry. Example, Dr. Giampapa, one of our chief medical spokespersons, a member of our medical advisory board, and the creator of some of our most important products. Dr. Giampapa in 2014 was nominated for a Nobel Prize. And it's that same research that went into his Nobel Prize nomination that's in some of our products. Folks, that is, in my 30 years, almost 30 years of doing this, I have never been associated with a company where one of its medical advisory board members was ever nominated for a Nobel Prize. That is that rare and that unique. And our products are designed to feel the difference. A lot of times what you're going to find in this industry is people say, well, they're working. You may not feel it, they're working. I want to know what they're doing. I want to feel it. And we have products that are designed to give you a result so you feel it. One product, for example, that was product of the year. And understand, thousands of products in this industry. This was product of the year. It was called Instantly Ageless. And it comes in a little sachet, and it's something you put on your wrinkles. But here's what's fascinating about it. When you sit there and you say, but I got to believe in the products, all I'm going to say to you is, do you have 2 minutes? Try this. Put this on your wrinkles and watch. 2 minutes. How you talk to people is simple. Hey, you ever looked in the mirror and felt like you were getting older? How'd you like to never feel that way again? Put this on your wrinkles, wait 2 minutes, and watch. It's that simple. And what you're going to find, in 2 minutes, you're going to look in the mirror and go, oh my goodness, where did 10 years go? It is a remarkable product that's easily sampled and introduces people to our product line. Now, as an easier introduction for me, I want you to take a look at a video. It'll give you an overview of the different products that we have available, and they vary in different parts of the world. But this will give you an overview of what's available to you and to your peers around the world. Number two, in this 2% category, is product. Let's take a look.
Proven results. Lasting benefits. Breakthrough technology. We are Jeunesse. We are Generation Young. Experience the revolutionary Youth Enhancement System by Jeunesse, redefining youth with every application. Yes was developed to synergistically combine powerful and innovative skincare products and supplements you'll find nowhere else. The Yes system keeps you both looking and feeling young and vital in 8 powerful ways. Say yes to rejuvenating your skin with Luminesse. the anti-aging skincare line that restores youthful vitality and radiance to your skin, reduces the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and reveals your unique glow. Say yes to defending against free radical damage with Reserve, a unique blend of superfruits that contain powerful antioxidants that supercharge your internal system to help your cells stay healthier and leave you looking and feeling great. Say yes to restoring with Finity. This proprietary blend of youth-promoting compounds, antioxidants, and fruit and vegetable extracts. At Jeunesse, it's in our DNA to create products that help you look and feel younger. Say yes to balancing with the Zen Body System. It targets the 3 essential aspects of getting fit: curbing appetite, burning fat, and building muscle. Use Phase 1 to detox, cut, clean, and flush. Use Phase 2 to ignite, burn, sculpt, and restore. Say yes to enhancing with AM Essentials and PM Essentials. AM Essentials works through an innovative formula containing essential vitamins, key minerals, and proprietary blends to help slow premature aging, increase energy, and improve mood. PM Essentials is our restorative formula that fights against premature aging and prepares your body for a restful sleep. Mind from Jeunesse. Mind, featuring Syracuse, consists of proteins derived from silkworm cocoons shown to support memory and reduce mental distraction. Be more confident with an ounce of genius. Mind from Jeunesse. Say yes to energizing with Nevo. It's our fresh twist on energy in 4 refreshing formulas. Featuring real fruit juices, Nevo contains only 50 calories per can, just the right amount of energy, and no artificial flavors, colors, or sweeteners. And you'll love how it tastes, too. Say yes to diminishing those fine lines, wrinkles, and pores with Instantly Ageless. This specifically designed micro cream targets areas that have lost elasticity, revealing visibly toned, lifted skin. It works within 2 minutes and lasts 6 to 9 hours. Whether you just want to reclaim your youthful look or have the desire to be a part of our life-changing movement that can deliver substantial financial and lifestyle rewards, you only have to do one thing. Say yes to Jeunesse.
Number 3, compensation. The single most confusing part of this industry is in how compensation works. And it's simply because there's things called stair-step breakaways, binaries, binary hybrids, matrix, force matrix, Australia, 2-ups, unilevels, all these different compensation mechanisms. And most people don't understand the difference between good ones, bad ones, great ones. But what Wendy Lewis and Randy Ray knew when they stepped into this industry to develop compensation plans is they saw right away why 98% of the industry was 98% of the industry. Because you have the haves and the have-nots. A handful of people making gobs of money and everybody else. They knew what was lacking in the industry was a middle class, a lift income, a way for the average person to get engaged and earn money. Because here's the truth, if you've done this before, you quit or someone quit on your team, not because they didn't like you or the products, but because they didn't make any money. And that's rooted in the compensation plan. And I want to give you an overview of that, but what I want to tell you is it's important that you get back with the person who invited you and get all the details to the compensation plan. In the Jeunesse Global Compensation Plan, there's 6 specific ways to make money. I'm going to talk about 2 of them today, then to give you some guidance in the fastest way to make money, in my opinion, and the fairest way to make money. And let's just start this way. You get started by selecting a product pack, and depending on the market you're in, where you are in the world, it's in different exchanges, currency, but it all translates into points. It's kind of like frequent flyer miles. In South Africa, if you buy a plane ticket, in the US, if you buy a plane ticket in dollars versus rand, it still comes out into points in frequent flyers. We use a point system too. But real simple, in the United States, for example, you're going to spend anywhere from $200 to $500 to $1,100 for a product pack, if that's what you choose to do. And you'll get a starter kit for about $50. It doesn't matter to me which one you get. You get the one that makes sense for you. Whoever invited you here can explain the one that might make sense for you. But that'll give you at least 100 points. And that's going to be an important number to start. We recommend a monthly auto ship program. There's benefits to that. Whoever invited you here can explain the benefits of that. But if you do 100 points and you sponsor one person on your right team and one person on your left team, that's 2 teams. That's the binary that I'm talking about. You create what's called an executive. The executive is the foundational building block of everything that we do. Because as your team starts to evolve, you're going to sponsor as many as you want, but they're going to be put into 2 teams. Everybody else's team is going to act similarly. So you'll be the beneficiary of volume that's created in parts of the world you've never been, with people you don't even know. You're going to have people, some of our greatest leaders on the team are going to be helping you as they build their teams as well. So you'll be the beneficiary of that volume. As you create volume in these 2 teams, it triggers what's called a cycle, hence cycling binary. And it's $35 for a cycle. 1 cycle pays you $35, 10 pays you $350, 100 pays you $3,500. You can earn up to $26,250 in the cycling binary portion, or what we call team commissions. $26,250 a week in that portion of it. Now remember, executives is the building block. So when you have personally sponsored 4 executives, you're called a jade. When you personally sponsor 8, you're called a pearl. And when you personally sponsor 12, you're called a sapphire. Our goal is to help you become a sapphire as quickly as possible. In the next 6 to 12 months is a target goal for us. You've got to do your part, but it's a target goal for us to help you earn about $1,500 to $2,500 a month. There's a rank above that called Sapphire Elite that's 100 cycles, so it's immediately $3,500 at a minimum. But above that is a rank called Ruby. It's a 12 to 18 month target for us to help you do that, and we want you to set that as your target, obviously. The entry level income is about $7,000 a month. The average income is about $10,000 a month. The rank above that, that we have a target for about 2 years for you, is called Emerald. The entry level income is about 17 grand a month, and the average income is about 30 grand a month. The rank above that is called Diamond. Let's say 3 to 5 years, just to put that number in place, 3 to 5 years is a goal. The entry level income is about $35,000 a month. Our goal is, the average income is $80,000 a month. Now, you don't believe that. I know you don't believe that, especially if you've ever done this before. But you've never built a compensation plan like this before either. But let's step it all the way back. Let's step it back to where we can see it. Let's help you in the next 6 to 12 months make an extra $1,500 to $2,500 a month. Now, there's this cycling binary program. There's also something called a unilevel. The fastest way to get paid, the fairest way to get paid. Let's say you personally sponsor 10 people. Let's say they're not making $26,250 a week. Let's be much more realistic than that. Some won't make any, some will make more. It's going to fall in there somewhere. But let's say you have personally sponsored 10 people. And remember, they're going to be moved into 2 teams, but look at them differently for the unilevel. Let's look at them straight across. 10 people, let's say they make $1,000 a month. On average. $1,000 a month is $10,000 a month in income. You receive a matching bonus in this unilevel compensation plan of 20% of that. That's $2,000 a month in income, plus all the other ways to get paid. If each one of those 10 have 10 people, then level 2, you have 100 people. If they're each earning $1,000 a month, that's $100,000 a month in income. You get 15% of that, or $15,000 a month, plus $2,000 a month, plus the other ways to earn income. On level 3, if each one of those have 10, that's 1,000 people on level 3. If they earn $1,000 a month, that's $1 million in income being earned on level 3. You get 10% of that, or $100,000 a month, plus $15,000, plus $2,000, plus the other ways to make money. And beyond that, on levels 4, 5, 6, and 7, it pays 5%, 5%, 5%, and 5%. So you've taken the fastest way to get paid, merged it with the fairest way to get paid, and you create a compensation plan that equips you to generate time and confidence. And when you do that, if you've never done this before, this will be, being in 2% of the industry will be an incredible experience for you. If you've done this before and were disappointed, then come be a part of 2% of the industry so you don't ever have to be disappointed again. Take advantage of this powerful way to earn income. Number 3, compensation. Number 4, field leadership. Now, what's important to understand about this, let's just look at 98% of the industry first. Get that over with so you understand. Oftentimes in this industry, what you have are people that are positional leaders. They got in before you, so they're in charge. That's not how leadership works. That's not what leadership really is. Leadership isn't about being served. Leadership is about serving. In 2% of the industry, it's very unique. And I'm going to explain that to you in the context of the Pivot Group, which is your strategic partner, which are the field leaders you associate with. And an easy way to get that is to understand it's not just about getting in Jeunesse Global. It's not about doing something. It's about who you do that something with. It's kind of like a marriage. If you marry the wrong person and work really hard, it doesn't work. If you marry the right person and don't work, it doesn't work. But if you marry the right person and work, it's the most incredible life in the world. Field leadership is vital to your success in this. In the Pivot Group, what's fascinating about the Pivot Group is we have over 2 centuries of collective successful experience in this industry. The company, I believe, is in over 135 different markets around the world. The Pivot Group is in over 100 of those markets already. You've got people that 2 of the 52 brightest minds in the industry are in the Pivot Group. The number 31 all-time income earner in the history of the industry is in the Pivot Group. Our leaders have been featured in Success from Home magazine, Your Business at Home magazine, Entrepreneur magazine, featured in a New York Times best-selling book about the industry, Wall Street Journal best-selling book about the industry. It's remarkable when you sit back and you look at the core foundation of the leadership that's going to help you. Ronnie and I were talking the other day. One of the greatest partners we've ever worked with in our life is Kirsten and Sam Pierce. It's this incredible couple in South Africa. And they have already built the fastest growing, highest ranking team on the entire African continent. And if you remember when I showed you the compensation plan, these are not just people that will influence you in that sense. These are people that will directly help you in building your business. We have leaders from all over the world that have come together and put their experiences and skill set together to help you build your business. They will serve you, they will work for you, and they will reach out to you. Ronnie and I aren't just people on a video for you. We're here to engage and help you build your business. One of the most powerful things about this industry done right is this field leadership core, this group of people that are here to help you. You step into this, whether you choose to build it long-term or not, by being a part of a mentoring process like this, you'll succeed in your personal life and professional life outside of this. Folks, I'm going to tell you something right now. Who you do this with matters. Now, your part matters as well, but who you do it, who teaches you, who understands the mechanics of building, who understands the art of this, the science of this, who can teach you how to do this and assimilate it so it's simple to understand. Success is not easy in anything, but it is simple if it's given to you in a simple format. And what we do through our training and our mentoring program as your strategic partner is help teach you how to build your own business for your own reasons, for your family. Crucial aspect of this. Number 4, a 2%er, field leadership. And number 5, timing. I mean, you've heard that statement, timing is everything. It's really not. It's one of 5 things. It's one of 5 things. It separates 98% of the industry from 2% of the industry. And your understanding of that makes a big difference. There are basically three components to this. Jeunesse, who offers the corporate leadership, the products, and the compensation. And understand, this is a company that went from 30 million to 419 million in 5 years, $1 billion the next year, 1.4 the next year. This is a company destined, in my opinion, to do $15, $20 billion. Has never been done before, but we've already done things that have never been done before. And then you have this remarkable strategic partner in your field leadership in the Pivot Group that have 2 centuries of collective successful experience teaching people how to do this well and professionally. So you feel good about what you're doing. But then there's you. There's you recognizing those opportunities. There's you recognizing the timing of that. There's you, 98% of the industry, there's always this promise that it's going to be the next big thing, or it is without the facts behind it. Well-intentioned people, very nice people, but in 2% of the industry, it's obvious. It's obvious once you understand it like this. But you have to come to the table still. You have to engage still. Focus, ambition, and the willingness to learn. Those are 3 components that you've got to bring to the table. That listen, if it's a little intimidating at times, I know, I've lived that. If it's a little overwhelming at times, I know, I've lived that. But your hopes and dreams are worth all of that kind of stuff. And if you'll just step back and keep that simple and understand, like I understood when I got started almost 30 years ago, if I do it and it works, where can I be? So how do you get started? Well, get with the person that invited you here. Get other questions answered if you have them. Feel comfortable in that. Understand you won't have all the answers. I've been very fortunate to write books and speak to over 1 million people around the world on success and leadership development. And when I talk to CEOs of very large companies, they'll tell you they don't always have the answers when they make a decision. They have enough answers to make a decision. And that decision takes them to a place where they get more answers to make a decision, which takes them to another place to get more answers to make a decision. It's a process. So the first step in that process is just get with the person invited you here, get your questions answered, get a business kit and a product package. Keep it simple, don't complicate it. Second step is make a list of people you'd like to work with, not people you think will do it or won't do it, just a list of people you respect, and make it as big as you can of people you'd like to work with. Don't say, well, I don't know people, and all this silly stuff. Everybody knows people. Don't worry about whether they'll do it or not. Just make a list. Get with the people that are here to help you and let them help you go executive. Sponsor one on your right team, one on your left team, and be an executive. That's the next steps. They're simple, but timing is everything. You know, Ronnie and I were driving down the road the other day talking about how windows of opportunity close. Now, there's always opportunity, but windows of certain opportunities close. The person that's inviting you right now to help you right now, I don't know where they're going to be in 3 months. They may be in a different place as far as helping mass numbers of people. And right now they're saying, I'll help you personally. Let me touch you personally. Take advantage of it. I mean, how many times has your boss come up to you and said, how can I help you make your dreams come true? Well, here you've got people that aren't your boss that actually work for you. The fact of the matter is, you don't work for me. Ronnie and I, Kirsten and Sam, other leaders in the Pivot Group work for you. But you've got to decide that. You've got to decide, what do I want? Here are those 3 questions again. If I don't do it, where will I be 5 years from now? Probably comfortable. If I do it and it doesn't work, where will I be 5 years from now? Probably the same place. But if I do it and it works, where can I be? Here's the answer. You won't be comfortable. But here's the message I want to leave you with. I don't believe God put you on this earth to be comfortable. I believe God put you on this earth to be significant, to make a difference in people's lives, to affect change in the world, to do something for your children's children. Folks, you've got an opportunity right now to chart your own course in your life, to literally make your own dreams come true. And it comes down to these little decisions that we make. When I called my sister and said, okay, I'll give it a shot, I didn't know that giving it a shot would change my life forever. It seemed like a little decision at the time that created this big, bold world for me. And if I could give you any advice, it's run to the roar. It's step boldly into your own future. Make a difference in your life. Do something great with your life. I know Kirsten and Sam feel this way. I know all of the leaders in the Pivot Group feel this way. And I know Ronnie and I feel this way. We would love to partner with you. We would love to work with you. But most importantly, we look forward to applauding your success. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.